Hey guys, I wanted to share a couple thoughts that I was having today. Um, these thoughts are, I guess, primarily have to do with our individual psychological experience. Um, a lesson I learned today that I thought was um, quite valuable and very beneficial for my life, and may potentially be beneficial to you as well, is an awareness of learning to let go and learning to trust. And um, there's moments in life, in the human experience, there's moments in our daily lives where certain worries will kind of jump into our mind and um, or like particular thought patterns will present themselves to our psyche. And sometimes those worrisome thought patterns will kind of derail us and steal from us our peace and our joy and our happiness. Today, while I was driving, I had a moment where I was presented with I was having a good day, and this negative thought pattern started to emerge in my psyche. And I was able to identify it. And as I chose to disengage with that worry, that insatiable worry that's like, hey, you should be worried about this because of this, and there's this anxious um, pattern of thought that can sometimes kind of take control of our day and the type of experience that we want to have. Um, and yeah, in this example that I'm sharing today, this thought pattern of worry, most things in my life I feel like are pretty clear. There's a lot of enlightenment, there's a lot of peace, and there's a lot of stability. But there are particular things in my life that tend to ignite or trigger certain anxieties within me. And one of these triggers, uh, triggering thought patterns, presented itself. Um, but in that moment where this worrisome thought pattern presented itself, um, I still, in the midst of that, have the ability to choose what I want to entertain. Do I want to entertain this worry and this anxiety? Or do I prefer to entertain peace, trust, hope? Um, and yeah, and so there's these moments in our lives where anxiety may seek to dismantle our day, um, or our week, our month, our year. Um, it's in these moments of worry where we have the opportunity to entertain maybe some positivity instead of that worry and that anxiety. And when I say entertaining, I mean start to nourish these more positive outcomes within our own psyche, to start practicing, whether it's like self affirmations, positive self talk, whether it's like just self soothing. That's something one of my brothers does a lot, is just kind of reminding himself that things are going to be okay. These little practices may seem small, but over time they can, in particular instances, help us to overcome moments of anxiety and moments of worry that seek to steal from us our peace or our joy. Yeah, so that's my some thoughts that I had for you today. I guess the overarching message is to practice mindfulness, to cultivate mindfulness, to slow down long enough to be able to recognize and discern between the voice of anxiety, the voice of worry, and this voice of peace, this voice of hope, this voice of joy and stability. And as we're able to recognize that, we can start to feed this voice. And as we start to nourish that and trust that, it will lead to more positive outcomes. I get in our human experience and these different contexts that we're a part of that sometimes we're in places where this anxiety is very prevalent and very normative. But even that can be shifted and can be evolved and changed over time if we start to engage, entertain, start to feed, start to nourish more positive thought patterns. If we start to engage not just in the positive thought pattern, but also in positive set of beliefs and start to kind of nourish it. And again, this process isn't instantaneous. It takes time to shift. But with time and with practice, with support, with encouragement, with patience, this possibility of peace can become more real for us. So that's my encouragement, is to start to nourish that voice of peace and stability, even though there may be a lot of voices that are trying to promote anxiety. And those can also be external voices. Those can be external relationships. But I think it is important to fuel and feed this more positive perspective. And that can help soothe our nervous system. That can lead to overall a more positive human experience just in daily life, daily existence. I'm not talking about, I guess I'll add this really quick. I feel like oftentimes people have this way of seeing the world and earth experience where they're like, oh, I can only be happy when I am at this amusement park. I can only be happy when I'm in these particular places. I can only be happy when I'm traveling. And they have fueled that so much, and they lose certain skills and the ability to find joy in everyday experience, to feel the beauty of existence, the essence of existence, the essence of breathing, the essence of being, the essence of seeing, hearing, feeling. Those are the most beautiful components of this experience. And that's not to discourage seeking, these different fun experiences. But it's just a reminder. This message is a reminder that there is peace and joy that can be found in our everyday experience. And we can nourish thoughts. We can nourish the types of beliefs. We can develop the types of beliefs that will give us greater peace and happiness in our human experience. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Feel free to share your thoughts. If you want to talk about any of this, you can also message me or comment, and I would love to talk to you.